All right, ready?
Welcome to the segment of the show called Dad Jokes.
Good.
I think there's a clap. Okay, first one. I don't even need the book.
Oh yeah, you kind of read the book. That's kind of sad.
The first one is why are. Hold on. Do you know how I intro the show?
Hey everyone, welcome back to Who Can Relate.
No, I say, beautiful people.
But,
Welcome. You don't watch?
Yes, I do. No, but a lot of times you're like, hey everyone, welcome back to Who Can Relate, and then blah 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 blah. But you do say that. I do watch.
Mm-hmm.
Not recently, but I do watch.
What's the last episode you watched?
I don't know. I'll figure it out later.
Okay. Do you want an intro or do you want me to?
You can.
All right. It's a weak clap. There you go.
Okay.
Beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode
Of Who Can Relate.
of Who Can Relate. This beautiful human being sitting to your screen left
Is Justin Davis' daughter.
is Adriana. I thought you were going to say Justin Davis.
That's what I did.
I know. I didn't think you were going to say daughter.
Oh.
If you are listening, this voice of an angel. I thought you were going to say something.
Sorry.
This is my daughter. She is in LA for some time.
I'm Adriana, if you don't already know.
And I wanted to have her on the show to bless the show. We're going to have a great conversation.
We have 5 questions to ask each other.
Yeah.
Very.
And we don't know what the questions are.
No, I don't. I know what my questions are, but.
And some of them may be off the top of the head. Remember your mic.
Oh.
She's new.
You didn't come up with all of yours yet?
I came up with some, but I may freestyle.
No. Okay, well, I got 5 written down.
But before we get rolling into the questions, what's been going on in your life, Mama? You've been on the show before,
Yeah.
back last year. So we kind of.
And we watched it today, and that was very cringy.
Why?
Because, like, I don't know. It was just. It's like my voice.
Yeah, you're growing up. That was preteen.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
I'm turning 14.
Turning 14. You were 12.
Yeah.
When that.
Well, in November.
Well, you were 12 when we filmed that.
Yeah.
So you weren't a teenager.
Yeah. Maybe that's why. Maybe because now that I'm a teenager, I just changed.
You have changed. That video really reminded me of that and made me aware. But yeah, you're back in LA.
Yes, I'm back in LA.
And we are COVID free.
Well, COVID's not over yet.
It's not over yet, but I mean, everything's opened up and we can have a summer. And we're able to do whatever we want. Last year was restricted.
Yeah, but it was still very fun.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was very fun.
What was the highlight of your trip last year? What stands out?
This is gonna sound very mean, but probably seeing Chicago.
Seeing Chicago?
Yeah, because Chicago, it's hard to fly with a pet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, I was gonna say goldfish, but you can't fly with a goldfish.
No. Fly with a peacock. Well, they tried.
Oh. It's very hard to fly with dogs. So I don't see Chicago all the time. I mostly Chicago most of the time, sometimes in Christmas, but mostly in summer.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a highlight seeing him.
Yeah.
Doing his business, but it was very fun.
And anything else?
Probably hang out with you guys, having our long talks.
Yeah.
Maybe I feel like ever since we had our talks like last year and stuff, I think we've gotten a little closer because now we know each other more.
Yeah. And on a deeper level and stronger bond.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was one talk last year maybe that stands out to you that you still remember that you really had an impact or that you really enjoyed?
Probably talking about each other's feelings.
Yeah. It's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of talking, I have an idea. I would like to ramble off a couple dad jokes.
Oh, okay.
I got to get my book.
We have a book. Okay, so we have a book. Also, this is not sponsored, but this Izzy drink is the best drink ever. I tried doing ASMR, but it didn't really work out. He bought a book because he couldn't come up with his own. It's very sad.
No, I had some before, but these are just professional ones.
These are better. All right, ready?
Welcome to the segment of the show called Dad Jokes.
Good.
I think there's a clap. Okay, first one, I don't even need the book.
Oh yeah, he kind of read the book. That's kind of sad.
The first one is why are... Hold on.
Does he even know the question?
I got it.
Want to break from the ads?
First one is why are weekends so much stronger?
No, that's not how it goes. It's why are Sunday and Saturday so much stronger?
Oh, yeah.
I already know the questions because the rest of the days are weak.
Or weekdays.
Joke wrong.
Okay.
Wait, I have one.
Okay.
What do you call it when a bunch of chickens play hide and seek?
No, you got it wrong.
No, it's literally right there. I just read it.
What do you call a bunch of... Oh, I thought you were thinking the other one. Okay.
No, foul play. Which
Foul play.
actually, that one doesn't really make any sense.
And the one I was going to say is I'm putting together a league
Oh.
of hide and seek players.
It's hard to find good players.
See?
Some of these are actually really funny. Some of them don't make sense.
Exactly.
But they are very funny. Shade didn't. Oh, I have one. Why do cows... Wait.
No, you got to get your own. This is my dad book.
Okay, I have one. It's from the dad book, but whatever. Because I'm not really good at jokes.
Why did the bell go to jail?
That was mine.
Good. They don't know the answer. Go ahead.
Okay, it's because it held up a pair of pants.
It held up a pair of pants. I think I got to hear that.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, we got to start this over now. All right. No more breaks from the ads. Let's get into the episode. You want to kick off? First question?
Okay. So, we got to do the segment. Wait.
Turn up the volume.
Now, for this segment, we're doing questions to ask each other. Okay. What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear?
Yeah, not like spiders or like snakes, not like that, but like...
Snakes are one of them.
Okay.
I only have two fears. My biggest fear in life is regret. I never want to regret anything. I don't want to regret, I had this idea of a podcast that I think that could help out a lot of people.
You never did it.
I never did it. I don't want to have any regrets of not being the father that I know I can be, the husband I know I can be, friend, etc.
All right. What's something you've gotten better at? This Izzy's very making me.
It's a good question. A lot. But I will say living up to my potential because I used to procrastinate a lot. I had all the potential in the world and never lived up to it because I was always told as a kid that I had all the potential in the world, but I don't apply myself. So I have definitely gotten better at getting that much closer to being the best version of myself.
That is correct.
Was there a wrong answer?
No. All right. What is the scariest moment that you've ever had?
Ooh.
This is gonna get deep.
Scariest moment I've ever had. When I witnessed an exorcism.
What is that? Sorry, I don't know what that is.
Did you ever see the movie The Exorcist? or Paranormal Activity?
No.
The Conjuring?
No, that's scary.
Oh, all these are scary, but an exorcism is when evil spirits go into a body, into a person.
How did you see that?
I was at one of your mom and I's friend's house. This was April 15th, 2007. So a couple months.
We have an exact moment.
Couple months before you were born.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at a party. Well, the short answer is when evil spirits enter someone's body and they end up taking over with their voice, with their mood.
So they got angry.
They got angry. They were speaking different languages. And at the end of the exorcism, it was a woman. She was like in her mid to late 40s.
So she went into your friend's body.
No, the evil spirits went into her body.
Oh.
And at the end of everything, she had her two sons were like bodyguards for her because she was all of a sudden had these like superpowers of these evil spirits. And so they had to restrain her and hold her down and make sure she didn't attack anybody. And she whispered to them, and when they the two guys came over to us, we were all sitting, there's like 10 of us sitting off to the side. They said, there's someone here that was meant to be here and needs to go speak with her. Now,
I'm guessing that was me. I'm just kidding.
No, you weren't born. And this woman was like the devil, basically. So no one wanted to go up to her. Everyone was scared to death. And something happened in me. It was like an out-of-body experience. Something came over me, and I stood up and started to walk over. And your mom and our friends were like, "What are you doing? Don't go." Your mom was crying hysterically. Everyone was scared. They thought something was going to happen to me. And I went up to this woman. She was on her knees, kneeling down, kind of looking up. And I was scared to look in her eyes, but I did. And her eyes were rolled back, so it was just white.
Oh my gosh, that's scary.
Yeah. And I kneeled down. The son was helping me get down, and he's like, hold her hands, do this, do that. And she said, "I have a message for you." Mm-hmm. She wasn't looking at me. Her eyes were still, white in the back of her head. And she said, "Today was your last day on earth, but I'm sparing your life."
What?
So April 15th, 2007.
You died.
Was supposed to be my last day on earth. But God, who was now in the form of this woman, he came into her body, said, "I spare your life." And I shot back from her. I was scooting back and hysterically crying. Everyone was crying. Everyone came up to me and was hugging me. And yeah, it was like a whole experience. But to answer your question.
That's scary.
Super scary. That was the scariest moment. And I think I'll end with that. Yeah.
I'm still very shocked at the moment. I've never heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Or heard of what you just said, like you and my mom.
Yeah. 2007.
I might not even be supposed to know this, but
5 months, I think, 6 months before you were born. Mm-hmm.
All right. Last one. What are your feelings and state of mind of being a father to me and living in another state while being my father?
Feelings and state of mind?
Yes.
Oh,
But this question, I know it's going to take a long time.
Yeah, my feelings are a lot. My feelings are a lot. They're mixed. Some are happy, some are sad. The happy ones are
they some of your...
I'm not finished.
Okay.
Some of the feelings of sadness are, I don't get to see you as much. Obviously, COVID didn't help with that, but I was on a roll there for a while, even when I moved. I'd go home every month. I'd see you for a week at a time. It almost felt like there was no time lost, like when I was in Chicago. So that's sad because you grow up so fast. And as we saw, this morning watching your first episode. Mm-hmm. Another feeling is worried and concerned. I say that because I've always kind of felt worried and concerned that you would replace me in your life with other people. And now that I'm, again, far away from you, where I have to get on an airplane to see you, it's hard to get in where I want to fit in. It's hard to get more time with you. It's hard to talk to you more. It's hard to see you more. You know, I know you're getting older, you're becoming a teenager, so it's, you know, hard to even get you on the phone. And so worried and concerned that I will be replaced and or the memories that we create and the moments that we have
will be forgotten.
Oh my God, will you please let me do
Sorry,
what I need
but that's
to do?
what you were going to say, wasn't it?
For anyone listening, because I'm with the video, I'm going to put Tyler, the creator's like...
Okay, let's take a moment of silence so you can watch it.
His waffle thing. But anyone listening is like, why is Justin being so rude? This is like an inside joke that we have. If you guys haven't watched the Tyler, the Creator making waffles video, highly recommend it.
Just search up Tyler, the Creator waffle video.
Yeah, it's hilarious. So I'm not cutting my daughter off. But
it's just a joke.
Yeah. Anyways, but yes, it is something I've always feared because, you know, the memories that we create, no matter how big or how small or when, they seem to escape your memory. So it's a, you know, like I said, concern. And happy that we still were able to maintain a relationship. You know, anything in life, it could always be better, you know, but I don't dwell in what we don't have. I dwell in what we do have. And I spend more time and energy on the moments that we have together and the moments when we do talk and the memories that we do create. And I actually was planning on saying this later in the episode, but I can say it now. Shan, yesterday when I went to their house, she said, JD, I want to look you in the eye and I want to tell you something. I am so impressed with your daughter. She said, she's just like a great girl. You know, she's well-mannered. She can articulate herself. She can have a conversation. And Chris was sitting there, you know, and he was like just nodding his head like really hard. Like, yeah, you know, she's great. I think he's your biggest fan. And
I have a lot of fans.
Yeah. And I said, you know, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I said, you know, my daughter's just really cool. You know, like it kind of sounds corny to say, but me to you right now, like
I'm just a cool daughter.
Yeah, but you're just a cool person. You know, your personality is really cool. And when I was 13, you know, going on 14, I'm sure we all can relate, you know, there's an awkward phase and you're not in that. And you can find your way in navigating through a conversation. You can find your way in navigating through a room. And the qualities that you have that you take for granted are extremely rare. And I think one day you'll see it and it'll make sense, but I don't think you really understand like how rare you are in the best way possible. But you're such a cool person. You're a beautiful person inside and out. And you know, not just because I'm your dad, I'm not just saying this, but I just really, really enjoy your company. I enjoy our conversations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It deserves a hug.
I enjoy getting to know you more. That's kind of the overall theme of this episode, was just getting to know you. I also enjoy getting to know you, especially at this age, you know, because we can have a conversation. You can understand things. You can articulate your feelings, you know, and that's something obviously we've really been working on, is expressing how you feel and talking about how you feel, not just suppressing your emotions and your feelings.
I do a lot.
Yeah, but we're working on it. So yeah, so again, back to your original question, there are some fears and concerns of mine, but I kind of think I'll always have them. You know,
that's just what a father does, always worrying.
Yeah. And I think it's a parent, we always just worry about you kids forgetting about us, you know.
I think a lot of parents, like, they worry a lot, especially when your kid's going to college, because you're like, are they going to forget about me? Because then a lot of kids don't always move back. A lot of kids don't always move back home after college.
Right. But even right now, you're a teenager. you know, when you start to drive, when you get
2 more years.
when you get into high school, you know, it's going to be hard to get time with you. So even before college, I worry about that. But nonetheless, you know, I was thinking the other day about my decision to move to LA, and I don't regret it. I think it's one of the best decisions I've ever made. I am proud of everyone involved that has to do with us spending time together. I'm proud of you for being flexible with your time and where you lay your head at night. I know it's hard to pack a bag and go here and go there and do this and do that. You know, when I was in Chicago a couple of weeks ago, I said, I'm so used to my life being go, 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 go. You know, how do you feel when I come into Chicago? And do you remember what you said?
No.
Productive.
Yeah, I do remember that. I feel very productive because sometimes I'm very bored and I just don't want to hang out with anybody. I go into these deep thoughts sometimes, which is not good. Don't overthink things. But sometimes I overthink a lot of things and just go into very deep thoughts and thinking to the point where I just sit there and just like feel bad for myself.
Yeah, and that's a real thing. You know, I did that a lot when I was younger, and I felt alone, and I wish I had, you know, more things to do or more people to hang out with. Luckily for you, you have sisters, you have siblings that you can hang with and spend your time. But nonetheless, you know, I'm glad and I'm proud that you're able to just go with the flow, because that's another thing that I think you take for granted. It's not easy. A lot of people have a really hard time going with the flow. But as I told you last night at dinner, that's really going to help you in life. Being able to adjust and adapt to your surroundings and different circumstances is a huge advantage that you will have that not a lot of people do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so to answer your question again, it's I am glad again that we're able to still maintain a relationship. Of course, like again, I'm sure every parent feels. I wish it was more. But I'm just grateful for what we've created, and I'm excited for what's to come. Does that answer all your questions?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
You got any more? Well,
Maybe you have 6?
Yep.
Longer than mine. Look. Now for my dad's segment.
Okay, question number 1. What's your favorite thing in the world right now as a 13-year-old?
I have a lot of obsessions.
Okay.
But bless you.
Thank you.
But I think baggy clothing, because I think you know, I'm very insecure about a lot of things.
Insecure?
Yeah, I don't like that I'm so skinny all the time. Like last time I came out here, I tried to work out, but that didn't really work out.
You worked out.
Yeah, but I don't like how bony I am, but at the same time I do like how bony I am. I don't know, it's very
What
weird.
makes you insecure about your body?
People have more meat on them, and then when I look at myself, I'm just like bones. Like let me just show you. I can wrap my hand around my own wrist, which is kind of sad. Same thing with my ankle.
So can I.
Yeah, but you have meat to your legs.
Yeah,
I don't.
But you could have just have tiny wrist.
I could just have tiny wrists. But I like to wear baggy clothing. So I think that's what I like right now.
Well, just so you know, and again, not just because I'm your father, but your body's beautiful.
Thank you.
Your hair is beautiful. You're tall. You have long legs. You have a lot of attributes to you that a lot of people wish they had. Probably your metabolism as well.
Yeah, that's another thing. I have high metabolism. Like, as you were saying, like this morning, like you're going to eat like 17 bacon. That's because bacon's just good to me. And also, nothing's going to happen to me if I eat a bunch of food.
Yeah. But I was very skinny at your age too. And as I got older and I started to work out more, I started to gain a little bit of weight, a little bit of muscle in my case. And, you know, your body's still developing. You're going to grow. You're going to expand. You're going to put more meat on you. But for right now, it's just important that you love who you are And again, your body, your personality, your character, everything about you is beautiful. And not everyone looks the same.
Yeah.
If you had a conversation with people who had quote unquote more meat on their bones, they may say, I wish I was skinnier.
Yeah, which I wouldn't say. That would have been like, but you look.
But that's just, it's beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And as long as you understand that you're beautiful, your body's beautiful, and all that it is and is going to be is beautiful.
Thank you.
So you got to remember that.
All right, next question. That got a little deep.
Question number 2. Funny enough, I had this question. What are your fears?
My fears. I already know what my fear is, but I need to calm myself down before I say it. My fear is losing people.
Losing people, like people passing away.
Yeah.
Got it. It's a lot of people's fears.
Make me sad because I don't like to talk about it.
It's okay. Fears are hard.
Yeah. I just don't like losing people. Like, sometimes I'll think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I'm in, like, deep, deep thoughts, I'll think about it, which is not good, but sometimes I just think about it. It's kind of sad.
Well, it's also normal, Mama, that, people fear losing people. And that's why it's so important to enjoy the time that you have while you have it with them.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I had the episode with Grandma, because I wanted her to hear some of the things that I maybe haven't told her yet. I wanted to hear some of the things maybe she hadn't told me yet, because while she's still here, it's another reason why I wanted to take her to Italy.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I did, and we had that time together. So it's important to not take things for granted, not take people for granted, and the time for granted. So anyone that you fear losing, just spend more time with them and more quality time.
Yes.
But that's a normal feeling. We all have a expiration date.
I actually kind of knew they were going to ask me that question.
Oh, okay.
Because I figured it.
Okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah. Hold on. Stand by. You can talk. I'm going to go wipe my face. Okay. I'm back.
Okay. Question number 3. What are you most proud of?
I'm most proud. This is kind of hard to think. Like, when you say what are you most proud of, what do you mean? Like,
sure. So I am most proud of my work ethic, and I'm proud that I'm consistent. I'm proud that I don't give up. I'm proud that I show up for myself and I show up for everyone else. I'm most proud of my podcast show. To me, that's a huge accomplishment. Even if I stop today, it's a huge accomplishment. I'm proud of.
At least you did it.
At least I did it. So, you could be proud of things about yourself. You could be proud of things that you've done in your life.
Okay, so
What's ever been difficult and hard, but you accomplished it?
I think what's been difficult is going places. Like I think I've ever since last summer when I was like very optimistic. Is that what you say?
Pessimistic.
Pessimistic. That's my kind of.
It's your word last year.
Yeah. About going to LA and stuff like that. I think I've gotten a little bit better. Whereas this time I wasn't like, oh, well, I don't know. I just came.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think I've accomplished more to like get out of bed. Like sometimes I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, I just don't want to do anything today. I'm just gonna sit around. Or sometimes I'll sit around my bed. My friends will call me and be like, hey, you want to hang out? And then I don't see my family for like the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, sorry, but I didn't hang out with you because I just decided to sit in my room for half of the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I've gotten a little bit better at making myself get up and be productive.
Yeah, it's really good and really important. I wish I would have done that when I was younger, because there was a lot of times when I was your age that I didn't feel like doing anything for the day. I didn't feel like seeing anyone. And as I said that on the episode with Grandma again, there were a couple people who commented that, because my excuse was I was lazy. And there were a couple people who commented, are you sure it wasn't some stage or slight depression? Yeah, and I I never thought of it until that moment. And I was like, maybe there was a little bit of depression moment or moments that happened. And, hormones are going on. You're trying to fit in, you're so worried about what everyone thinks about you. You're probably arguing with your parents at 12, 13, 14 years old. There's a lot happening. And so I definitely believe I was in some state of depression at a couple, moments there. And I didn't get myself out of it for a while. I would just stay in the room, play video games. So for you to be productive, and as we've had a great conversation about this and how it's important to have things to look forward to. It's important to have things on your plate that you have to do. Again, keep yourself busy, not as a distraction, but as a get up, come on, let's go. Let's get the body going. Let's get the mind going. Let's get your energy going. So I'm proud of you for that as well. It's a great answer.
Thanks. Next question on the segment of my dad's question.
If you could do anything without failing, what would it be?
I hope that I can be successful and not give up on what I want to do, because what I want to do when I grow up is be obviously a product developer, and I'm a little scared that I might fail at it or not fail at it. But also, I'm scared that I might fail college because I give up a lot, especially for schoolwork.
Yeah.
I end up getting it turned in, maybe late, but it's sometimes hard to push myself, like I said to your previous question, to make me do something. But I hope that I can push through it, and I know I'm going to do it to be what I want to be.
So you want to be a what again?
A product developer, which consists of, that's a very big word, but me making products where if it's like a brush or a table or anything that's a product, where like I shoot my own stuff and try to become a billionaire. But yeah.
So the reason why I asked what you wanted to be, not because I wanted to hear it again, but the first time you said it in a kind of not so confident way. Even when you said a billionaire, it was not so confident. So let's try this again with full confidence, because the question is, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? So there's no fear.
Okay.
So let's try this again.
I know that I could be a product developer. I know that I can be a billionaire, which, does that sound right?
Yeah.
Does it sound better?
Yeah, sounds a lot better. Did you believe it when you said it?
Yes. I think a main thing to do with a lot of things that you want to become or you want to do is confidence.
Yes, 100% self-esteem. Yeah. And belief in yourself. That's why I asked you if you believed it. That's why I am so proud to say I'm a creator and host of Who Can Relate. I'm a co-host of Enjoy the Podcast. I'm a professional model. I'm a father. I'm a husband. Anything that I say is like, I am proud as hell of that.
We're proud to be Chicago's family.
Exactly. So for you to not just say something and not believe it, I want you to, from now on, just try to
say it with more meaning and confidence.
Exactly, more belief.
If you didn't know who Chicago is, that's the dog.
Oh, they know who Playa is. Okay.
Next question.
Next question is, what's something you know you need to do
in order,
but you're scared to do it? It's a good question.
Okay, so I think at one point I would need to live here with you guys.
Interesting. I've never heard you say that.
Yes, so I think at one point I would need to.
Okay. What can I ask you why you chose the word need and not want?
Well, I also want to, but mostly need because like we had the conversation last night at dinner when I was saying like, do you think maybe I can miss like a week of my trip next year? you were explaining, which it almost sounded like I was mad because I wasn't saying anything back, but I was just thinking about it.
You're processing.
How you were saying we only get to see you a certain amount of weeks, whereas your family, like your mom and everybody else, get to see you like basically the whole year.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that I would need to live here I guess you could say restore more of the time that I've missed.
Hold on, I got something for that, everyone.
That was a very turn it off. Okay.
That was a very beautiful, unexpected in the best way response and answer. Yeah, that was the first I've ever heard you say that, and you said it so beautifully. And a lot of people ask me that. In fact, Jared asked me on the 4th of July. He said, do you think Adriana would ever live here? And I said, I don't think so. She's very close with her family. She's very close with her younger siblings. And I think it would be a very big stretch if she were to move here. But she always will have a room. She'll always have, the door will always be open, and you're always welcome. Mm-hmm. And so hearing you say this now is very surprising. But that's why I was asking the need and want. So you're saying because we need to restore what has been lost or what needs to be more of. Mm-hmm. That you're saying? Interesting.
And I think the fear of that would be my sisters and the rest of my family.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. And as I was saying whenever to you, I think we were driving somewhere, and I said, it doesn't have to be, when you're in college, after college, whatever the case is, whenever you feel like the time is right. Mm-hmm. I will say that I do think it's it would only be good for you for your life in general. That's why I'm such a big advocate of traveling.
Meaning?
Yeah, so traveling is, I call it the school of life for me. I went to college for a semester, and like Kanye, I dropped out. But I have
dropout.
That's right. But I have traveled the world, and I have learned way more by traveling and meeting people and seeing different walks of life and cultures and traditions than I ever would in a textbook. And that's why it's important for me to travel with you, as we've taken some trips already, because I want you to see that the world is a lot bigger than the town that we live in. And I think anytime you are put outside of your comfort zone, you're going to grow. And you don't really realize this now, but every time you come to LA, you are out of your comfort zone, which you know. But I know that it's only going to help you grow. It's only going to build this adaptability bone in your body. It's only going to help really work out that muscle of adjusting and, going with someone else's time frame or schedule. And that's, again, hard to do for a lot of people. So the more used to it you are, the easier it will be when you're older, when you're in the workplace, when you're trying to hire employees, when you're with a family and maybe you or your partner decides to travel somewhere for work and you want to up and take your family to Bali, whatever the case is, you're going to be like, I can do this because I'm used to it. Mm-hmm. And I've built up the tolerance for it. So I think if you were to live here and definitely be out of your comfort zone, you will grow tremendously, even if it was for a year. When I moved to New York, it was one of the biggest cornerstone pillars of growth and change and learning and experiences that I've ever had in my life to this day. And that was 13, 14 years ago. And I am so appreciative of that time because I was never more out of my comfort zone than that time. But I grew so much. So I know I just talked for a while, but the point is...
It's supposed to be from me.
Yeah. If you were to live here, just another thing to think about, just know it would be so beneficial to your growth as a person. Okay. I'm going to freestyle a question on the last segment of the show. Last and final question for Miss Adriana Loren Davis. What is your ultimate goal for our relationship?
Probably, and I think this episode is actually going to kind of help that. Getting closer, which is probably to you a little bit of a surprise, or no?
No. The surprise was you thinking you needed to move here, which is a pleasant surprise.
I think Shay already knew that. I think Shay already knew that. I kind of talked to her about it.
Yeah.
But getting to know each other better, because I think we live in obviously different places. Mm-hmm. We don't know a lot about each other, which, like I said, this episode's actually going to kind of help, because now I know the scariest moment in your life, which is that was very scary. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think either that or when you have kids, which is very sad, other than me, we will still be close. We'll still have a great bond.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So your goal is to be closer. Mm-hmm. My ultimate goal would be, I have a lot, but to pick one, I think just to not fail you.
That reminds me, I typed this long message saying all the things that you didn't fail, mm-hmm. and all the things that you did do, mm-hmm. that you accomplished to be my father.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a constant priority in my life, obviously. And that's, something that is a huge goal of mine, is to not fail you. And I'll add another goal. Another goal of mine is to make sure I do everything in my power to provide any and all resources that you will need to live up to the very best version of yourself and all the potential that I know everyone can see and listen, and who knows you knows that you have. Because I, again, not just saying this because you're my father. I've only, what?
You said not to say this because you're my father.
Oh, is that what I said? Yeah. Oh, my God. Not just saying this because you're my daughter and I'm your father. But I truly believe that you can do and be anything that you wanted to, whether it's the president of the United States, whether it's being a product developer, a product designer, a billionaire, whatever you want it to be, there is no doubt in my mind that you can be that. And I just, like I said, want to make sure that I provide in any way, shape, or form assistance, resources, help, and just showing up in however you need me to show up. So that's a huge goal of mine for you and us. Alrighty. You're gonna ASMR?
Yeah.
High five.
All right, now we can do our. That was a good.
Did you enjoy that?
Yes.
It was good. You did a great job.
Thanks. That concludes.
Thank you for
your 1 hour and 3 minutes of your time.
It won't be that. I'm gonna edit it down.
1 hour, like 58 minutes of your time.
Mama, I appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're very busy in your day, and
I am
in your TikTok scrolling. And thank you for your questions. They were very good, very thoughtful. Your answers were too.
Your answers were very good as well.
Thank you.
But the last question was more about you than me.
No, the goal for us. You said to be closer.
I know, but you explained more than I did. I just had a short answer. I was just like, just to be together. You were like, and. Well. But that's very good to explain, because sometimes I just don't understand.
There you go. And you need time to process.
Yes.
So, until next time, which will be at some point you and Shay.
Just me and her?
Yes. I would
he
love.
Will be our producer?
Yeah. Looking forward to our time here in LA together.
Me too. I'm looking forward. Sorry to cut you off.
I'm not finished.
Looking for our time.
What? Want a break from the ads?
Goodbye, everyone. was the worst time of my life. I could have spent better time scrolling through TikTok.
See? Oh, that's what you get. That's what you get.
It's gonna be like in a blooper. Oh, so you.
Correct. What's the best day to eat bacon?
I don't know.
Friday.
Oh, I get it. But we don't fry bacon. We cook it in the oven.
Where do birds meet for coffee?
I don't know.
In a Nest cafe.
Oh, it's not that good.
Did you hear what happened to the calendar?
No, what happened?
It got 12 months
I don't get it.
of jail time.
Oh, you didn't say jail time.
No shit. You got one?
Okay. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Dad, I'm cold. Go stand in the corner. It's 90 degrees.
What do you call a cow on the floor? Ground beef.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Ground beef, that's good. Oh, wait, that's very sad, though.
Dad, will you fix dinner?
No, I'm not.
I didn't know it was broken.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Did you hear the song about the tortilla?
No, I haven't.
Actually, it was more of a rap.
Oh, I get it. I'm going to say mine. Mine's like...
Oh, go ahead.
No. Mine's a go-to. We already know this. Hold on. This is my segment. Welcome to my segment. Adriana reading dad jokes. I'm not even a dad. Okay. So, why did the belt go to jail?
Why?
Because it held up a pair of pants. Okay. That one wasn't that funny. We already know that one. Okay. Why do you call a cat who... Oh, my God. One break from the ads. Okay. You can't keep secrets in a bank.
Oh, I know this one.
There are too many tellers. That one doesn't make sense.
Yeah, the tellers are like when you go to the bank and there's a teller that says, "Can I help you?"
Oh, I didn't.
Where can you learn how to make the best ice cream?
I don't know where.
Sunday school.
Dad, I'm hungry. Hi, hungry. I'm Dad. Do you get it?
Yes.
Okay.
How do billboards communicate?
I don't know how.
Sign language.
Ha 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 ha.
All right. Last one.
Let's do that one. You guys can answer. Comment.
What did one plate say to the other plate?
Okay, this is your time to comment. We're waiting.
All right. Answer is
I didn't read it.
lunch is on me. And that's our segment of dad jokes.
Folks.
Dad bars. All right.